JLo will literally do whatever it takes to stay at the top of the entertainment industry, even if that means being a total fraud. She's been seriously misleading people for so long, and she's made a fortune in the process. But what exactly has JLo been lying about? Let's break down the bizarre ways she's been faking her way to fame. For years, JLo has been making comments about how much she hates being followed by the paparazzi. Even recently, she cursed at a photographer who told her to have a good day. But as crazy as it sounds, her anti-paparazzi attitude might just be an act. Believe it or not, there have been a lot of rumors about JLo actually calling the paparazzi on herself. She's even been accused of working with certain photographers, and the reason why is honestly insane. Many people believe that JLo has secretly partnered with some paparazzi because their photos of her look airbrushed, while others don't appear to be edited. Not to mention, she's been photographed at times that seem way too staged to just be a coincidence. When JLo and Alex Rodriguez were together, he had allegedly been repeatedly unfaithful to her, but after they called off their engagement in April 2021, JLo was almost immediately photographed with someone unexpected. Right after news broke that JLo had split from Alex, she was spotted reuniting with Ben Affleck. Even if Ben and JLo had been planning on getting back together anyway, a lot of people were pretty suspicious. Some people theorized that JLo tipped off the paparazzi to capture her outing with Ben as a PR shift, instead of having the media concentrate on how she was alone in her 50s after supposedly being cheated on. There was a total different focus. JLo was in the press for her hopeless romantic reunion with Ben, whose reputation needed a boost at the time. If the photos really had been privately arranged, it's a win-win situation for both of them. But JLo has also been accused of deceiving people when it comes to her public image. JLo has claimed to have a true rags to riches life story, and she's also talked about how real she's always been countless times. But even though she did grow up without money, she's apparently not as down to earth as she wants everyone to think. Behind the scenes, JLo is reportedly one of the biggest divas in the industry. How can she sing about still being Jenny from the block when she supposedly won't even allow her staff to make eye contact with her? The allegations about her entitled behavior are absolutely unreal. JLo has allegedly banned staff members who work with her on set or at different events from directly speaking to her. There have even been reports that she's fired several of her drivers just for making eye contact with her in the rearview mirror. But she also has a long list of ridiculous demands. JLo's reported requirements for staying at a hotel are so intense. She supposedly reserves an entire floor of the hotel to herself. Some rumors say that she also demands a specific brand of candles to be in her room and asks for her bed to be covered in roses. But that's not all. JLo allegedly refused to follow through with one of her scheduled performances on a British TV show for an absurd reason. She reportedly wouldn't perform unless her dressing room was redecorated. She wanted everything, including the furniture, to be pure white. How exactly does that alleged snobby behavior line up with JLo's claims of staying real because of her humble beginnings? But there's another reason she's been called out for being a fraud, and it's truly bizarre. JLo has also been slammed for being dishonest about her youthful appearance. For years, she's been insisting that the secret to her flawless skin is simple and natural, but it seems like she's been completely manipulating both the truth and her fans. According to a December 2020 interview with Page 6, JLo has never gotten Botox injections or had cosmetic work done. Instead, what she credited for her nearly perfect complexion was surprising. Like she said multiple times in the past, she claimed that she only uses olive oil and sunscreen on her face. But what she did the next month was extremely strange. In January 2021, she launched her own cosmetics company called JLo Beauty, and a year and a half later, she expanded that into JLo Body, her skincare line. It seemed kind of odd that JLo created a line of skincare products. After all, she had previously only talked about using sunscreen and olive oil for her skincare routine. But recently, the real secret behind her youthful appearance was exposed. Earlier this year, JLo shared a promotional video for sport water on her social media. But interestingly, there was a split second during the clip where JLo's face looked noticeably different. JLo obviously used a filtered effect on the video, but the filter glitched at one point. In that moment, you could clearly see wrinkles on her forehead, around her eyes, and around her mouth. She also had small blemishes and scars, just like pretty much every other person. But don't get me wrong, JLo's natural skin still looks great, but it's impossible to ignore the fact that she's been making money off of tricking her skincare customers. It's incredibly deceptive that JLo is using filtered effects to change her appearance while also promoting her own line of skincare products. And the sports water video isn't the only time she's used a filter. If you check out JLo's social media compared to unedited candid photos of her, there's an undeniable difference. It's so misleading for her to say that her complexion is flawless because of olive oil when she's been trying to hide her real skin texture behind filters. But there's another way that JLo has been lying to the public, and she actually outed herself not that long ago. In April, she posted a video on her Instagram that made a seriously shocking announcement. JLo revealed that she had just started her own line of adult beverages and mixes called JLo. But in the comment section of her video, most of her followers definitely weren't excited about the news. So many people wrote that they were confused and disappointed by JLo's new line because she's allegedly been sober for years. Not only that, but her husband publicly struggled with terrible substance use issues. A lot of JLo's followers also dragged her for not being a supportive wife, considering how much trouble Ben's substance use caused in his life. But she recently shared a video talking about why she created JLo, and in it, she dropped a bombshell revelation. JLo confessed that for the last 10 to 15 years, she's occasionally consumed adult beverages to relax or be social. She might have been trying to shake the criticism she was getting for starting JLo, but she actually admitted to lying about her sobriety. In 2016, JLo told The Independent that her perfect skin was of course due to olive oil, but also not consuming adult beverages. She claimed that she didn't partake in the habit because it ruins your skin. JLo had either lied during the interview or she lied while trying to defend her adult beverage line. I don't know about you, but it sounds to me like she was just covering her tracks so that she could continue profiting off of her deception. One of the most insane ways that JLo has scammed people is through her entertainment career. She's been getting accused of ripping off Black artists' songs since she stepped foot on the music scene. So many of JLo's hit songs were actually written and sung by other artists. The remix of I'm Real was written and recorded by Ashanti, but that's not even the craziest part. JLo left Ashanti's vocals in the song and acted like it was her singing. Ashanti even talked about it during interviews. And the same exact thing happened in the track Ain't It Funny, but that doesn't even scratch the surface of JLo using other people's voices in her songs. Natasha Ramos recorded the demo version of Jenny from the Block, and JLo kept her vocals in the song. In almost all of JLo's singles that made her famous in the music industry, she supposedly ripped off melodies and claimed unknown vocals as her own. The big names of some of the musicians she's basically stolen from over the years are astonishing. Mariah Carey had a unique sample stolen from her before she officially recorded it on her song Loverboy. As I'm sure you already guessed, JLo ended up using it for a version of I'm Real. She's also apparently used the work, beats, or vocals from Brandy, Usher, Amory, and other artists. What makes JLo's singing scam even worse is that her real voice isn't nearly as skilled or talented. Her ability to perform made up for the fact that she couldn't always pull through as a top-notch singer, but somehow she judged people's singing ability on American Idol for 5 seasons. It's bizarre to me that JLo has never been at the center of a high publicity scandal for how often she's claimed other people's vocals, but based on the many other ways she's misled people over the years, she clearly knows how to fake her way to success. It seems like JLo's different companies and product lines, her public image and reputation, and her entire career have been built off of dishonesty. But now that we've gotten into all the ways she's been a fraud, I'm curious to know what your thoughts are. What do you think about JLo's skincare line and olive oil claims, considering how regularly she uses filters on her photos? What are your thoughts on how she's quietly used other people's vocals in the majority of her songs? Let me know in the comments below.